Hello primary 4 students, how are you? Welcome in your science class with me, Dr. Shaimaa Hamdy Kassem, and your channel, the Big Sister channel, as now we will study lesson 4 and 5 from concept 1, unit 1. So, are you ready? Yes, let's start. First we have lesson 4, activity 10, how fish breathe, okay? As we studied many animals and their adaptations like fennec fox, Arctic fox, panther chameleon, and other animals. Also we studied the adaptations for the plants as acacia tree, cabbage tree. Also we studied the structural adaptation for the human body. We have two examples as the digestive system and the respiratory system. So as you see here, this diver cannot breathe underwater without the oxygen tank. Okay, so how for these fish to live in the water and breathe under the water? So they must have adaptations that help them to live under the water, even sea or river. Okay, so fish actually has a unique structural adaptation that allow it to live and breathe underwater, as they have gills. As you see here in this picture, this fish has gills on the both sides of the fish head. Okay, so gills are found in the both sides of the fish head. Okay, gills help the fish to breathe underwater. So how do fish breathe underwater? As you see here, water enters from the mouth, okay, of the fish, and it passes through the gills. Okay, as when the water passes through the gills extract, take the oxygen gas from the water. Okay, and then the blood vessels inside the gills carry the oxygen gas to the rest of the body and release carbon dioxide gas. So gills here had the function of the lungs in the human body, okay, as it extracts oxygen gas and release carbon dioxide. Okay, so here water enters the mouth of the fish and passes through the gills that extract the oxygen gas from the water, and the blood vessels inside the gills carry oxygen gas to the rest of the body, okay, and to all the body, and release carbon dioxide gas. So the fish is adapted to live in water and breathe underwater by these gills, as the gills extract oxygen gas from the water and the blood vessels carry these oxygen gas to all the body of the fish, and the gills release carbon dioxide. Okay, so here we can notice that the fish need clean water as they extract oxygen from water, so the water should be clean. Okay, so the fish need clean water to survive, as we need clean air to breathe and to stay healthy, as humans get oxygen gas from air and the fish gets the oxygen gas from water. Okay, so now we can easily compare between the human respiratory system and the fish respiratory system, as we have similarities between the human respiratory system and the fish respiratory system, as both of them inhale oxygen, okay, and exhale carbon dioxide. Both of them take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Okay, and both of them, the blood vessels, carry the oxygen to all body parts. Okay, those are the similarities. But about the differences, as the human has lungs to inhale oxygen from air, but fish has gills to inhale oxygen gas from water. Okay, so here we finished this activity. We have activity 11. Human changes the environment. You know that the human really changes the environment. Okay, and there are some negative effects that the human cause in the environment, as we will see now. You know, human do activities that cause changes or impacts in the environment. You know, impacts, effects. Okay, these activities has effects on the environment. So like what we have, cutting down forests, as cutting trees in the forests causes changes in the environment, as the animals that live in this environment can't find food or shelter. Okay, so they will die or they will move to another place. Also from the activities of the human that affects the environment, farming and clearing land, as you see here. To clear land like that, this is will affect the environment. Okay, and cause the changes. Also building communities instead of grassland. You know, grassland, the land that cover with grass, and we took an example for the grassland environment which the acacia tree lives in. Yes, so building communities will affect this environment, as there is no grassland anymore, and all the living organisms that live in this environment will die or will move to another place. Okay, so cutting down forests and farming and clearing land, building communities instead of the grassland, all of these affects the environment. Also we have another activity that the human do, like introducing plants and animals in other ecosystem that they were never be there. Like what? Taking some animals or plants from their environment and ecosystem and put them in another environment different from their ecosystem that they adapted to live in. So the environment will be affected by taking these plants or animals from them to another place, and the animals and plants also will affect by this change. Okay, so introducing plants and animals in other ecosystem that they were never be there will cause a change in the environment. Also we have one of the human activities that changes the environment and had negative effect on the environment, the air pollution. This is a problem. Okay, as air pollution makes problems, as the crops can't grow. Okay, the plant can't grow, and for human the air pollution causes many health problems. Okay, also water pollution makes it hard to find clean water to drink. As you see here, this is makes hard to find clean water to drink also, and this affect the animals in the water and affect our health. Okay, so now we can summarize what we said in the human activities that cause changes in the environment. We have cutting forests, farming and clearing lands, building communities instead of grassland, introducing plants and animals in other ecosystems, air pollution and water pollution. So these activities may cause disappearance of some plants and animals that live in environment. This called the disappearance of some plants or animals called extinction. As cutting down forests may cause extinction for these plants. You know, there are many plants and animals that disappear and they are extinct. Okay, so the human activities cause changes in the environment, and the living organisms have to adapt to these changes to survive, because if the organisms can't adapt to these changes, they will die, and these organisms will disappear as they will be extinct. Okay, we have here a question: give reasons for although the air, water and soil are polluted by the human activities, plants and animals can survive. So why the plant and animals can survive while there are some activities causes water and air pollution and soil pollution? So this is because animals and plants have to adapt to the changes in the environment as the animals move to other place and the plants seeds are planted in other place. So some animals can survive by moving to another ecosystem to find what they need, okay, and the plants depend on their seeds to land in a better place for them to survive and grow. Okay, this is how the human activities affects the animals and the plants in the environment. Also, human activities have negative effects on the human, as the damage of lungs, asthma, which is the breathing difficulties, as the person can't breathe easily, okay, and heart diseases. Okay, so here damage of lungs, asthma and heart diseases is the effects of the human activities on the human health. Okay, and this happens by the air pollution. Okay, so air pollution makes humans breathe hard and have some diseases like heart disease, asthma and damage of the lungs. And water pollution makes the human hard to find clean water to drink. Okay, so we need solution for these problems of the air and water pollution. The solution here for the people who live in cities that has high air pollution rate, okay, they must change their lifestyle. How? As they can reduce using cars, their own cars, and use instead of this riding bicycles or the public transportation like buses or trains. Okay, also they can plant trees, okay, and don't throw plastic waste in the water. Okay, so people must change their lifestyle, okay, to reduce the amount of air and water pollution. So what is the role of human to restore the ecosystem? Or the meaning of restore? To repair or to return it to its original condition, okay, without changes. Okay, so to restore the ecosystem we can do what? Replanting the forests, to plant the forests again, okay, remove the pollutant of air and water, okay, and preserving means protecting, okay, plants and animals in this ecosystem. So, to restore the ecosystem, we need to replant the forests, remove the pollutant of air and water, okay, the things that cause pollution for the water and air, and to protect plants and animals in these ecosystems. Now we will start lesson 5, activity 13. You know that the scientists do experiments and do researches, okay, and through these researches, scientists, especially the biologists that study biology, that study the living organisms, okay, those biologists can learn how different organisms adapt to the environments and help endangered species to survive. Endangered species means the kinds of animals or plants that may be extinct, okay, disappear. And here one of the researches about the amphibians that the biologists do. Amphibians, as you see here, those are animals like salamanders. As you see, this is salamander, also the toad, and frog. Those are amphibians. Amphibians, okay, and they live in moist, wet environment. As we saw, they live in ponds, in water stream, or in rainforest, because rainforest has rains all the time, so the rainforest most of the time is wet, so they can live in moist environment as the rainforests, ponds, and water streams. Amphibians live in both land and water. So here we have important question: how do amphibians respire or breathe? As amphibians respire by using lungs on land, but also they respire in water. So how they respire in the water? Do amphibians have gills like the fish? We will see now. The answer is no. They don't have gills, but they have structural adaptation that help them to live in wet environments, and they respire through their lungs in the land, and they respire through their skin, as the skin help them to respire in the water. So this is amazing. As you see here, on land, amphibians inhale oxygen gas from air through the lungs, so they look like the human, yes? And in water, they respire through their skin, okay, as they are covered with skin that allows water and gases pass through it, so they can absorb or extract oxygen gas from water. So here in the water, the amphibians respire through their skin, and the skin passes water and gases, and they extract oxygen gas from the water. So as the amphibians breathe in water and on land, okay, so they need clean water and air to survive because they are sensitive, okay. What is the meaning of sensitive? Sensitive means they affect easily, okay. So they affect by the water and air pollution and the viruses that travel through the water. If the water is not clean, it has viruses, so this will affect the amphibians, so they need clean water and air, okay. So we know all this information about the amphibians by the research that the biologists do. So here the role of the biologists to protect amphibians from extinction. They study how the amphibians breathe in air and water, as on land and in the water, okay, and the factors that causes the air and water pollution, and what make the amphibians sick, okay, that cause them to be sick. So by studying these things, the biologists can help these amphibians from being extincted. Okay, so here, how do people help in protecting amphibians from extinction? This is the rule of the people, okay? To avoid throwing waste material in water, to don't cause water pollution, to dispose of chemical incorrect way, to avoid water pollution also. Dispose means to get rid of, as to throw away the chemicals in correct way, okay, not in the water and causing water pollution. So those are the rules of the people to protect amphibians from extinction. As you know, 90 species, 90 kinds of amphibians extincted last 20 years, and there are about 124 endangered species, as they are may extincted, and those are huge numbers to be extincted or to be endangered species. With this information, we finished our lesson, so don't forget to subscribe, like and share my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next video inshallah, and goodbye.